Did you just see that? That was my 14 weeks after hip replacement surgery. And I just did a walk. And someone just came in, so I'm going to do it again. This is to celebrate International Women's Day. So no cane. All right. Trying to walk straight. Woohoo! Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is International Women's Day, and I'm so delighted to have you here with me. And I'm going to go to the comments right now to see who's there. So do me a favor and just say hi. Congratulations if you're a woman. If you are supporting women, which I hope all of you on this broadcast are, then congratulations to you as well. It's a very special day. We're celebrating all that is good about women. And if you have a hard time taking compliments, if you are, hard on yourself, if you're very critical, if you're constantly putting yourself down, then this is the broadcast for you. Because today on Mind Your Own Business with Dr. Marissa, we are going to celebrate all that is beautiful, all that is good, all that is wonderful about being a woman. So those of you who have stumbled upon me today for the first time, I am Dr. Marissa. I have, by education, I'm an organizational psychologist, but by preference, I'm your happiness cheerleader. I have a #1 bestseller book that I was on tour with called 8 Ways to Happiness from Wherever You Are. And if you stay to the end of the broadcast, because it is International Women's Day, all women tuning in will get a audiobook copy. So just tune in until the end of the broadcast in about 19 minutes, and I'll tell you how to get that. So, and share with your friends right now. We haven't breathed in yet, but we want to just reach as many people as possible because this is a time to celebrate. There's not much else that is great to celebrate right now. But if you're here, please comment in the box so that I can welcome you, like Patty Delbeltro, Friends of the Pathways, and welcome to Mind Your Own Business with Dr. Marissa. Those of you who tune into my Friday syndicated show on CNBC, that's more of a guest show. It's a hosted show. This is my broadcast where on YouTube, Facebook, and then 10:30 on IGTV, on Instagram. I want to interact with you. So I want to talk to you. I want you to talk to me. I want you to answer questions. So here we go. Let's breathe in first, which is how we connect on a different level, not just by eyes, by energy. And I am fighting with someone else who's doing a broadcast up there. But if you could just sit very comfortably right now, palms up in the air. And I am going to take a deep breath in through the nose and release. Soft shoulders, soft elbows, soft knees. Another deep breath in and releasing all the stories and the drama. And one more deep breath in, connecting with me through chi, eternal energy, the breath of life that connects us all. And it is no matter where you are, if you're taking a breath, you're connected. We are all connected through breath. We're alive. We're together. And no matter where in the world, thanks to technology, you can actually see. But even when you don't see or hear people, we are connected through that breath. Chi in Mandarin, it's the life force. It's eternal energy. And that's what we're here for, is to enjoy this thing called life. And I am grateful, and I'm going to just take a second. I'm on a broadcast here. Do you mind going? Thank you. Yes. Here we go. So what is good about women? Patty, what is good about being a woman? What do you appreciate? I got a new dress on. I have earrings. I know that I can wear pretty things, and I am grateful that my anatomy looks a little different than men's, because if I had a choice, even though we don't maybe get equal pay yet, I prefer, and I'm grateful that I came into this body as a woman. So what are you grateful for being a woman today? If you can't be grateful or appreciate yourself as a woman today, then I don't know what other day. This is like birthday for women. So go ahead and write in the chat, what are some things that you are grateful for because you are a woman? Beautiful. Sensuality. Nice. That is absolutely, I used to do sexual healing with Dr. Marissa on my broadcast on my show, Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, because I wanted to make pleasure a G-rated topic. I wanted us to be able to safely talk and respectfully talk, but talk about what it is to be to have pleasure, to be attractive, to be, to be desired, to have desire. Because many, many, many women don't feel attractive, no matter how attractive they are. And it brings me back to this photographer's book where he did 50 of the most beautiful women in the world. And he took the picture, and on the opposite side, it said what that woman did not like about herself. So I'm going to challenge you today. In fact, let's do this entire week. And then if you're really good, this entire month, it is International Women's Month, not to criticize or put ourselves down for the obvious things. Now, I'm going to go and launch into one of my favorite little stories. It's called Have a Guy Day. It's a Happy 88 tool. And people get upset if I don't talk about it in my talks. So this is a perfect day to talk about it. And this is something that is, unfortunately, very common among women. We think we are fatter and heavier than we actually are. We think we are less attractive than we actually are. And we think we are less smart than we actually are. Now, am I talking all women? No. I'm talking, though, most women that I get to work with, most women that I speak to, thousands on stages, when I ask them, how many of you think you are fat? And just about the whole room, even those who are a size 2, will raise their hand. How many of you think you are not as smart? The majority of the room of women will raise their hands. How many of you think you're not as attractive as the woman beside you? The majority of women will raise their hands. And that's not right. It's not okay. How can we ask men or anyone to approve of ourselves if we do not approve of ourselves first and foremost? And that is the message for today's Mind Your Own Business with Dr. Marissa on celebrating International Women's Day. Let's start. The buck stops right over here. Let's start the appreciation right over here. So I want you to take a breath and let's just tap our little heart chakra here and say, I am beautiful. I am beautiful. Yay, Chris Norwood says, I approve. I am beautiful. I am beautiful. Look at yourself in the mirror. I am beautiful. And we don't tell ourselves this. Most of the time we look in the mirror and say, ugh, oh my God, what is that? Or, oh, wow, look at this. And all of these criticisms that will take us down. So what we want to do is, you are beautiful. I am beautiful. So that's the first thing. We are attractive. In our own way, we are attractive. And we don't need to look at anybody else to see the beauty that is in ourselves. So for this day, And if you can do it for this day, do it for this week. And for this week, if you can do it this week, do it for the whole month. No criticism about the way you look, okay? It's going to be not easy for a lot of us, myself included. Why do you think I do this? Because I need to listen to what I teach. So I am not fat. I am the size that I am. The experience of life, the way I've done it, whether it's children or whether it's comfort food when I needed it. I'm not advocating that it's all out of control, but I am saying that we cannot, as Abraham Hicks says, a law of attraction, we cannot get to the size that we want or that we know we can be by beating ourselves up. I had Oprah's diet coach, Janine Roth, best-selling author of Women, Food, and God. If putting ourselves down for our weight worked as a weight reduction strategy, we'd all be super thin. It doesn't work to criticize ourselves where we are in our bodies is not going to help us get to where we want in our bodies. Hi, Karen. Great to see you too. So what we want to do is love ourselves and the size that we are right now. Now, for those of you who are like, no, can't do it because then I'll just eat anything and everything in sight. I get you. I went into a program where it was against the rules to have a diet and I gained 10 pounds. So I'm not advocating that. But there's a very different energy when I look in the mirror and I say, I love you. I love you the way you are. And I'm going to, and if you're achievement oriented, it works for me. I've lost weight. I've lost weight. I've gained weight. But what works for me is to have some goals and then to reward myself. I'm 3 days back on my little bit of intermittent fasting, eating from 12 to 8, and 88% no flour, no sugar. So I lost 20 pounds before the hip replacement surgery doing that. And then I've gained back 6, but I'm back on and it's okay. It doesn't matter what I've done, but I'm on day 4 today. And it feels good to do that. It feels good to set a goal and achieve it. That's me. If you're not achievement oriented, then might not work for you. But the point here is I'm not doing this because I hate the way I look. I'm doing this because I love myself. I love knowing that I can be healthier and working towards that goal. So loving the way I look as far as beautiful, loving my weight and my size, okay, so that we stop that. We think we're fatter and we think we're not as attractive. And the third one is we're not as smart. So you may have had, I come from a culture where I'm not supposed to stand out. I'm not supposed to, the nail that stands out is hammered down. I'm not supposed to outdo men in terms of intelligence or in terms of the ability to communicate. That's the culture that I grew up with. And so being smart is being a smart ass. So smart wasn't necessarily, doing well in school, Tiger Mom and all that, yes. But communicating and being fully the smart ass that I am was not okay. And I'm here to tell you, you are brilliant. Every single woman on the planet is smart. We have smartness in different areas, but we are smart. Thank you, Karen, for the compliment. Thanks for the boost of positivity. That's my job. Hashtag positively opinionated. So those are the 3 things that most women are not very good at. We think we put ourselves down for not as thin, not as smart, and not as attractive as we actually are. Why do I bring this up? It is a gender difference. They've done studies, and this is not male bashing, I promise, Chris. If you're still there, this is not male bashing. it is a gender difference that we can learn from men in this, because most men, not all men, but most men think they are better looking, more buff, and have more hair than they actually do. It's a self appreciation gene that might be a little overstated, but we could do a lot as women to adopt that trait. It would do us well to stop being so critical of ourselves and to be maybe a little in denial, maybe to appreciate who we really are. And if you're fighting me on this and saying no, you're male bashing, Dr. Marissa, and that's not true, and I'm a man and I don't think I'm that, just go to the gym. You count the number of men who walk across the floor to ceiling windows and watch what they do. The majority of men will stop and do this and do this and do this. They don't have a problem seeing themselves in the mirror. You watch a woman in the same gym and count the number of women who walk by the mirror and don't stop but look down and walk quickly. So this is a gender difference, and I'm raising it again, not to bash men and not to criticize women, but encouraging women to, because it's International Women's Day today, to embrace fully the beauty, the size, and the brains that you have. Does that make sense? So that is your International Women's Day hashtag positively opinionated message from your hashtag relentlessly inspiring Dr. Marissa. Thanks to April Fields or April. I don't know, 5 feet. I'm gonna have to ask her how to pronounce her last name, but that's what she calls me. I love your haircut. Haven't seen you in a while. This just popped up in my recommended. I subscribe, of course. Oh, thank you, Karen. Yes, and she's on my YouTube. I'm migrating everything towards YouTube. So if you haven't free subscribed there, please do. It helps me out, helps support all the broadcasts, because that's the only place I get a little money energy there. So free subscribe. You'll get the interviews with John Travolta and Halle Berry and my show. So thank you for going and free subscribing on my YouTube. I'm so grateful that you came here today, Karen. All women, and Chris, you too. If you can gift this to a woman in your life to celebrate International Women's Day, I'm gifting all women that see this broadcast an audiobook version of my #1 bestseller. And this is 8 Ways to Happiness from Wherever You Are. There's exercises in it that I promise if you do them all, you will never hate yourself the same way again. It's written not as a psychologist telling you how to be happy, but as a woman of color who has gone through childhood trauma, just like 7 out of 10 of us have, and knows a way out. So please do go to my drmarissa.life, put down the code word International Women's Day, and I will send you a promo code to your email so that you can get a free copy of that. Oh, Karen said, fantastic book. Thank you so much. Dinol, great to see you as always. I'm just closing out right now. You'll have to go over to my IGTV Live for my International Women's Day broadcast. Wishing you a very happy one, and let's practice this appreciation, this self-appreciation as women, because this can be the first and start of no longer having to do this. Do you love me? Do you approve of me? Do you like me? You don't have to do that anymore. You can just start here, appreciate, relax, love, hug, hold, self-care, self-love. I'm also inviting you. Tomorrow I'm speaking at around 11. I think the whole broadcast is 10 to 1 on Secret Knocks. I've spoken on that stage before. That's where I get a lot of my fascinating guests. Frank Shankwitz, who is co-founder, just passed of Make-A-Wish Foundation, the founder of Pictionary, the interview with the founder of UGG, the founder of Priceline, all those fascinating people were on stage at Secret Knock. And I'm going to be there again. It's a virtual Secret Knock and it's free. It's never free. So take advantage. Go to secretknock.co and sign up there. And I'll be splattering tomorrow, speaking there as well. Friday, always on Friday on my CNBC NBC News radio channel. Take my advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced, get happy with Dr. Marissa. That's at 3 prime time. And if you haven't donated or if you shop at Amazon and want to help out my nonprofit, 8 Ways to Happiness, that donates books on feelings and on happiness to teens, kids, and young adults who have temporarily lost sight of their birthright to happiness, then please do go to Smile Amazon, 8 Ways to Happiness, shop through that link, and we get a tiny little part. Also, you can donate $25 on my website and get a free children's ebook called Mommy, What Are Feelings? And that is a beautiful book that my daughters illustrated when they were 5 and 7. And it's been recognized as a book that really helps autistic children. So that's it for me. Thanks so much again. Let's see. I love you too. Huge. Karen, she says, endless blessings. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please share and help me widen my splatter zone for more hope and happiness. This is Dr. Marissa reporting live from the Ocean of Abundance, wishing you the best International Women's Day ever. Celebrate yourself. Peace in, peace out. World peace through inner peace.